So I have reviewed a lot of Chinese tech that supports power delivery too. The laptops, the tablets, and then even some phones I've been reviewing recently also support power delivery spec. Now a lot of people have asked, Chris, what do you use as your adapter for that? Now I just bought this generic Amazon bought one right here, okay, 65 watts. It does the job, it's okay, but it doesn't support any other protocols. A couple of months ago, Baseus got in touch with me and they said, would you like to review this? This is a Qualcomm 4 spec, which you don't often see a lot of them around, with power delivery 3 support charger, 65 watts, and also a power bank here, which is 20,000 milliamp hours or 76 watt hours, supporting QC3 and power delivery 2 spec. So interesting products that I'll be checking out here. Small disclaimer, this video, yes, is an exchange for these products right here that were sent out to me free of charge from Baseus. So there's a Baseus quick charging power bank. It's called the Mulight. It's 45 watts maximum output. So it supports Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3, which a lot of phones with Qualcomm do have, Android phones that is. But it does support actually Huawei's charging as well, protocol, Apple's. Now the size of it isn't too bad, okay? You can see that it's about the size of a typical smartphone, which they're getting, of course, larger nowadays. And you'll see right there that, okay, the thickness of it is about 3 smartphones, you can see, all right? But it does only weigh 368 grams, which actually is not too bad. Compare that to the 99 watt hour power bank that I call a power brick that I've got. That one's well over half a kilo. So the capacity, 76 watt hours, and you have an efficiency of this one, charging efficiency of 78%. So it'll mean that most phones out there should charge them about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 times, depending, of course, on the capacity. It does support power delivery 2, Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3 spec, Apple spec as well, charging protocols for Huawei, so that is good. Now the design of it, quickly show you that it's made out of this hard plastic. It has a texture to it, does pick up fingerprints and smudges quite easily. Now the display on it doesn't just show you the battery percent, it also shows you if you tap the power button, the voltage. So my input voltage is currently almost 15 volts and it's 1.4 amps that it's currently charging at. But this also works for output. So if you're charging your phone, you can tap the button and see the output voltage and amps. Now charging times of the particular power bank here is going to be depending on what you're using. So it's anywhere from just over a couple of hours to even longer if you're only charging at, say, 2.5 or 2 amps, depending on what you're doing. So 2 amps and 5 volts if you wanted to do it real slow via the micro USB port there. And then we've got Type-C. So Type-C has the maximum output of that 45 watts, power delivery 2 support. So this is something that's going to power that tech that I've reviewed a lot in the channel. And those would be those laptops with power delivery support with their Type-C ports. And then we've got up to 30 watts out of the USB port here, secondary one. But of course, if you do use Type-C, then USB at the same time, it will then start to divide the power between those ports because it cannot do 45, 45, and 45 out of all of them. It's just 45 watts in total max peak output. And Qualcomm Quick Charge 4 support isn't supported by this particular power bank. But the Mini Quick Travel Charger does. This one supports Qualcomm's Quick Charge 4, one of very few power adapters out there that does, and power delivery 3 spec here. So we've got 2 outputs here with Type-C. The top one is designed for notebooks that will give you the 65 watts, so for things like your MacBook Air, and a lot of that tech I've been reviewing, so those ones, those tablets and those laptops with Type-C ports that support power delivery 2. This, of course, supports power delivery 2 spec as well as the 3 there. And then you've got Qualcomm's Quick Charge 4 from the USB as well, and this also supports mobile phones that use Type-C charging and support power delivery through that as well. Compact size, we've got a status LED right here, and there's all different models, of course. I'm in the EU, so I've got the EU plug, but they've got ones for the US and UK, I believe, and perhaps even Australia and New Zealand. And it does get a little warm charging. I noticed that when I was charging some of the other tech that does output that very high 65 watts, that you will feel it get quite hot. But just like all the other models out there too as well, I think it should be actually lower. They've got built-in security protection there that if it senses that it's getting too hot, that it will actually shut down, so you won't have any danger there of causing a fire. But quality little product right here. If you want to see all the outputs it does support, then just pause the video right now and you can take a look at that because you can see them all listed. In fact, they are actually on this charger itself. but it is very, very hard to see them. If I hold it in a certain angle, you can see it says 65 watts right there, and then they are listed. But this is really the only complaint I have. And then to charge my Type-C devices, I'm using this Type-C to Type-C cable, also from Baseus, and this one is rated to 100 watts. So very high output. That is, of course, a lot more than the charger itself and that power bank that I have. Quality cable, this one is 2 meters, so plenty of length to it. And it has this fabric on the outside, little Velcro strap too, and very, very strong, rigid, good quality cable. So thank you so much for watching here. I hope you're staying safe, and many thanks to Baseus for sending out these products to me to review. They seem really great. At the time I've been using them now for 2 weeks and testing them, absolutely no problems, no complaints. These will be replacing my generic charger that I had before from Amazon, and that power add rather bulky and heavy 99 watt hour battery, because it just supports so many more protocols, this one. And I do like the fact that we have the status LED letting you know when it is fully charged and letting you know how much percentage you have remaining is really handy. And then that charger itself supporting so many protocols, and Qualcomm's Quick Charge 4, even in Power Delivery 3. And I'll be keeping that one for a while to charge my Type-C devices.